Alright, this video is going to show you the MCC RTS. I thought I'd just show you the startup. So the map starts off as normal. You get a deploy screen. We actually have this mounted on our server, so you can play it on a server. And we do regularly. It's actually quite fun. So normal gear sign, that's the main base. I put in all the modules as video just attached to the end of this one in case you're wondering how to get this all started. So the MCC will load up a mission. That's still doing its thing. You can actually watch that in Zeus. Everything is part of Zeus. It can all be moved, rearranged, changed.
Operation Fallen King is a go.
Alright, now the breath has stopped. I'll just pull up the console and take commander. You can press P to actually get that command. One moment, should be an MCC keys. Oh, I've got Ace running, so it's just P on the keyboard. But anyway, use your Ace self-interact. There are ways to do this with just MCC. I'm pretty sure it's control and left bracket. And you'll have all the normal MCC stuff, but we're just going to look at the construction interface. Now, this is the RTS mode for Arma, which I thought had never happened, but it did. So we've got our menus down here, so click on the HQ, we've got buildings we can build. I'm not going to go through all this. You guys are probably better off downloading the mod and enjoying it yourself, rather than watching me do all of it. Put down razor wire. Oh. Maybe not. Put down sandbags. Oh, the razor wire's there, it's just really small. Yeah, you can click, drag, aim it out. The buildings get much bigger than that, so we've got an upgrade button, so you can upgrade that to a radio outpost. Some of the buildings, so sleeping area, you can buy units. They all cost amounts of resources. At the moment the resources are reg, so I need to build more storage. Now, if you click on the HQ, you can actually search for a basic mission to search for resources, to get more resources for your pool. Okay, so that's where the razor wire went, right up against the door. So I put this on Zagabad because we've got a nice city in the middle where most of the missions spawn, and some of the resource missions usually spawn in the hills. When you start this campaign, there's no way to actually pick where the missions start off. They're just dependent on the map going by the script that I read. But you can put exactly where the headquarters starts, that's your main base. You've also got the supply crates here. I'll explain the loyalty point system. So you've got your cargo box. And you can pick up any item in the game, and for valor points you can trade them in. So now I have 100 valor points, and it's got a 1.5 multiplier, so you can't just keep selling it back and forth. You run out of points. And as you put stuff into the cargo, it helps your ammunition pool, as well as other players can buy it if they trade in their weapons. You also see there's only binoculars. There's a bunch of tabs, so you have weapons. It sort of categorizes them all. This mission does have respawn, so all those guys that are pre-placed are for players. But when you die, you can hit respawn and pick back up at the main base. You can also deploy FOBs, their respawn points, as well as respawn tents, which are part of MCC as well. So now that resource mission's popped up, it's in the bottom left. If I just log into the console, because this is running with the F3 framework, we have JIP, which basically means when you die, you can reload as a kit. But it's up to you to implement that sort of stuff. Alright, so with the MCC, as you can see all the units that are moving about. You can see this resource mission down here. It'll spawn right on the edge of the map. You just find it. So you'll find broken down vehicles with supplies, and it's up to you to collect the box and bring it back to base using our vehicles. As you can see, this is ISTS, part of late SOP 4. It's supposed to be Islamic State of Pakistan. So you can put down just about any opposing force. We're playing as just regular FIA, but it is nice to have different forces. Now, I've already showed you the SQL menu in the video. The search function is part of the survival mod for this. You can turn that on as part of the MCC mechanics. That's another mod. Sorry, not a mod, a module in the mission making. And you can search in-world items for resources. However, that's turned off as Zagabad isn't one of the vanilla maps, so the module doesn't function properly. Back to the commander tab. You can play this as a fully functional RTS, so I've just clicked on my units and I can tell them to do a move marker. The one thing that I've found though is that when you tell units to get inside vehicles, they can't get back out. So if they come under fire, they'll all dismount except the driver, and there's no way to just right click and place a marker. You'll notice my guy isn't moving because he's player controlled, but if you buy units from the sleeping, you can just move the entire unit as if you're playing them as an RTS, so you have like resource transport. you can tell them to go pick up that box that we saw earlier at the resource mission. But yeah, I think I'll cut it there, so that way you guys can actually enjoy it for yourself. Quick note on this BTAC, because we do our tax on a Saturday at 8 o'clock, and this map runs with all our mods, this map will be up with all the mods running and all that, say 2 hours prior to our tax. So if you ever want to try this out, you will need our mod list, but feel free to come and join us. Oh wow, I'm getting about 1,000 frames building this mission. But anyway, looking at the modules for MCC, we've got the start location for the campaign, so that's where the main base is going to spawn. You have main base or FOB. FOBs you can actually build in game, so you want the main base, it's the only way to get it. We're blue 4 for this mission. Some of these options I have no idea what they do, but yes, we can construct buildings, that's the main one that we want. That's okay. Settings, you'll have to go through that yourself to look at what you want. I believe there's a way you can put in role selection, so like most common servers where you can earn XP from killing stuff and then buy new guns. But I'm going to look at putting in a new way to add weapons. Otherwise, the main things you want here is to make sure that you have RTS turned on. Role selection will be no unless your server actually enables, I think it's InyDB. You have to look into that yourself. It'll tell you if you leave it on. The server will let you know that it's not enabled. And the other one is a bit of time acceleration. Otherwise, as long as you got those 2 modules, that'll fix up your RTS. Alright, and in the start campaign we have the config name of our players faction and enemy faction. You can also put rival players in. So we're playing as the guerrillas, as this is mixed in with the F3 framework. And enemy faction is ISIS. It's Islamic State of Pakistan. No, I don't support ISIS, and neither does the guy that made late top 4. They get a lot of complaints from that. But anyway, so that'll put down our enemies. Civilian faction, Pakistan civilians. Number of missions, we set it at 10, so the campaign's actually finishable. Easy is quite a lot of people, but because BTAC runs this of about 15 people, we can sort of handle the medium difficulty. We're still scaling it up, seeing how we do. Starting tickets, don't worry too much about that. And then set resources. These are the resources that we're happy with to start off with. Alright, this video is made by Borderline Tactical, Paz Rules. Thank you. This is just a small note that I wanted to make. When you look at your set resources, the ammo and supplies are opposite. So if you put down 2,000 ammo, you'll actually get 2,000 supplies and vice versa. I'll leave an issue on their GitHub